Hello everybody. So this will be my walk around. I picked this truck up off Kijiji yesterday in the pouring rain. We're going to take a look at it. I've looked over it a little bit and I'm going to show you what is cool and what I might use, ideas I've got. Let's just take a look. So this is a $500 truck find on Kijiji. Brought it home yesterday. It's supposed to be an inline 6 Ford 300, which is an engine I already have in my other truck that this will be a parts truck for. That was the idea. Overdrive transmission is in this one. I don't have that on the other one, so I'm making like a road cruiser. That extra gear would be nice. So that was kind of the motivation. Things have changed a little bit. So let's take a look. So doors are rusted out. It's a Lariat edition, which is the top of the line Ford 150s. Here's the interior. Now I have vacuumed it. I vacuumed it in a rain break. There was so much mouse poop and everything, and the smell is quite rank, that I wanted to get some of that out. I'm very interested in this bench seat. It's way better than mine, which I'll show you in a minute. Unfortunately, of course, it stinks right now. I did get a little unlucky because being a Lariat model, these should be bucket seats or the bench with the fold down rest. There's no place for a pop or a beverage or to put your arm on the old bench seats. Mine's a bench as well. I was hoping for an upgrade. This one, I'm going to take the seat itself as an upgrade, but I was hoping for a bench. Didn't get it. That's cool. These can work on my truck. These are little aftermarket things. Mine doesn't have those, so a little mat pocket and stuff. I can take the carpet out. Mine's a rubber mat, which again, I'll show you. You can see it was all sort of like that before, but I've noticed that it has a split rear window. Look at that bad boy. Ooh-wee. It's empty and old. Mine does not have a split rear window, so that could be an upgrade for me. All this back padding and carpeting, just the improvement I'll take. My truck is the exact same interior color, so if there's panels or pieces I need, I could upgrade from a factory radio to an AM/FM cassette that's in this one. And we got some tapes over there. Other things I've noticed along the way. My mirror things here are rotten and rusted. So there's, these are like 40 bucks to buy new, US dollars, shipped to Canada, UPS, FedEx, taxes. You're talking $200 a side. Not really, maybe 100, but you know, that's a huge savings right there just in those. I do have the ability, I'm going to take a look to see if the panel comes, because I could take the whole door, the door's rod anyways, and I could upgrade to power windows and power locks if I wanted to. There's probably a speaker behind here, maybe behind here. See anything else here? I may be able to grab the door seals, just being a little bit better condition than mine on that side. So here we got the cancer. Now this is a short bed truck. So along with another thing is, it's kind of changing my opinion. Do I fix this one up? Do I really take all the parts off? Or do I swap parts maybe and make two trucks? Take the best parts, put them on my other truck, but put my old parts right back on here and get this one up and going and stuff. Lariat's got the chrome bumper, which is much better than mine. So that'll be just a straight swap over. Here's the camper lid. So inside here, there was a million blankets and mice poopies and stuff. We got a couple quarts of engine oil, which isn't really a good sign, but they're full, so they haven't been used yet. There's the other front tire. I can clean it up. They've just got the spare on there now. This dude had a lot of concrete blocks all the way through. That'll lower, you know, put the weight in the back. You can tell it was driven winters just with the salt damage around the tires. So I can take those out and it'll actually raise the truck up. I might go for a higher stance on this truck if I do anything. There's, you know, those can clean up real wicked and just have another set of nice factory Ford rims with them chrome trim rings. Here's a bit of the cancer. My seat belt's hanging through the floor here. So I'll see the full extent of it, but I mean, this is definitely gone, you know, and the doors are gone. I'll see the extent of it when I get the carpet up. I'm not really a bodywork guy, but I mean, that is just a piece you buy from LMC Truck or something like that, and you cut that out and weld a new piece in. It's not impossible to fix that up to get everything going again. Over here, cruise control and all that. I think we're showing, can't really see because of the needle. I don't know if I believe it or not, but it says 244. I think that's a 2 behind there. But when I look at the condition of everything, including the mats and the pedals, being in really good shape, they're muddy, but they're not worn down at all. You know, maybe, but it looks in pretty good shape inside wise to not have almost 300,000 K on it. Headliner's in good shape, like everything's good there. My headliner's in good shape already. What else do we got? So, fuel tank selector. This one does have the twin tanks. I guess they're known that switch is known to go, or the switch down underneath. Trim will come off, of course. Even these side mirrors here, they're good. I can use those and just put the new mirror on here on my other one. Tire's flat. This side is locked up, this tire, so when I change the tire out, I'm sure the brakes or the pistons are just done, but this wheel wouldn't rotate when we towed it here. And then the biggest surprise yesterday for me when I was out in the rain looking at this thing is the pouring rain. Again, I was told it was an electronic fuel injected straight 6, which I have a straight 6 carbureted already, and there's some upgrade pieces on that I was looking for, like they have exhaust headers, like cast iron headers on the newer model, and that kind of stuff. So I was, you know, poking around, and I was looking down here to see, you know, the cast iron, because the inline 6s do have this sort of cast or aluminum intake there, so, you know, in the rain or whatever, and I saw 4 spark plugs here. I'm like, wait, you know, if there's 4 here, there's got to be 4 over here. And sure enough, this thing's not a Ford 300, it's a Ford 5-liter V8. Says so right there. So now I got a whole nother like options. I've got a Ford 5-liter V8 with overdrive. The plan would be is to not touch my truck's system until these have been gone through. I've never done that before, but I mean, this would be the more long-term stuff. The small stuff I can pick off and replace, the carpets out, all that sort of stuff. But if I'm going to do an engine and tranny swap, which this gives me, also a different rear end, maybe posi, I'm not sure. There's some other suspension improvements, but let's get back to the engine. I basically have the engine rebuilt, torn down, get rid of all the EGR stuff, all the smog stuff, maybe even the air conditioning, because the other truck doesn't have it, so who cares? And sort of make a power plant. And then same with the transmission. Wait till I can get the transmission rebuilt, looked at, freshened up, and then maybe do the power plant swap, because there's nothing wrong with my truck now. It's a single barrel carb. It's really good on gas so far, and I just want it to cruise around. Suspension upgrades too, another thing I'm going to get with this truck. And let's take a look underneath. Rusted. The big thing I'm going to get out of here is sway bars. So my truck does not have front or rear sway bars at all, and they handle the body roll when you're going around corners. It's this big bar here. So I'll be able to come in and take and redo new bushings and get some more suspension performance out of mine. Those are about $500 alone for the kit. So those will pop right off, and there's a rear sway bar here as well. And those will greatly improve the handling on my truck, which I'm really looking forward to. There's a different rear end. That's the second gas tank. Looks pretty shitty, but I'm not going to use it. On the gravel here. There's the other sway bar end link right there. Just bolts up to the frame. Muffler shot. Now I haven't started this yet. I rolled it over. I put the new battery in here. It rolls over very quickly and fantastically. But I want to check the fuel first, that I don't have rusty tanks, old fuel, before I suck nasty old rusty fuel up into my system. So other than the tires and the stuff I'm doing here, one of my first projects before I see if it runs is I got to drop the gas tank and just make sure that it's clean and sucking good fuel. They've got a fuel pump in them, electric fuel pump, so you kind of have to work with the tank unless you work with a gas can and then wire in another electric fuel pump to send it, because the fuel has to have pressure when it reaches up here. There's no mechanical fuel pump like there is in my other truck.